is. I don't know. I do you think it's gotten to that point since you started stand up? Because I know when I started, to me it was fun to go to a hotel. It was fun to get in a minivan and all the comics driving down 95, going to hit the colleges. Like it was fun.
If you with a group of people, I could see that.
And but we ain't got the van ain't got the back support to be riding all these hours in the van. Like you need a little comfort now. Come on, we got our knees ain't good.
Well, I think those were the days definitely that built the character for now.
100%.
You needed that.
Like, I was driving a goddamn
Toyota
Corolla. Hell no.
The Grand Dam? Oh, yeah.
Toyota Corolla, nigga. The seat back didn't even go back. I had to go pick up the headliner and shit.
Oh man.
Drive all them hours.
What do you think the state of comedy is now? And I say this not just for the sensitivity of where we are as a nation and a culture, but I know that I don't know if it's the verse, it's the internet. They say influencers verse, comedians or whatever. That whole thing where they having the numbers to put people in the seats, but some of them not having the material.
Right.
To carry it through. Now I have nothing against them. I'm like, do your thing. Yeah. Get your money. But what was your thought?
I've said this a few times. I don't see that this verse is anything. What I see is when hip hop first started, it was the bands of the 70s that played all that music that we were sampling, that looked at us and was like, y'all doing that, y'all cheating, y'all cutting corners. Y'all not real artists. Y'all not this and that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Here we are, 30 years later, or 50 years later, and $1 billion industry. Hip hop, rap, over them same, and then them bands had to say, "Yo, let's collab." I mean, we played it in the studio, but come on and rap over my shit again, and let's bring my name back. It was all that shit. So for me,
bring my name back.
For me, the influencers, just like rap or just like any other art form. There was some shitty bands in the 70s. Yeah. There's some shitty rappers in the golden era.
Right. Yeah.
There's shitty rappers in the 2000s now. Yeah. There's dope. There's always gonna be the dope with the shitty, with the mediocre motherfuckers. So when it comes to influencer comedy, I've benefited from all of it. Right. I'm a traditional comedian. Right. I learned from the greats. You know what I'm saying? The George Carlins, the Chris Rocks, and all of them.
George Carlin.
But I'm also alive during this generation where we're using our phones, and that shit has helped me too. Yeah. So why would I look at Desi Banks and be like, that nigga's funny. He's funny on the phone and in person. Right. So why would I sound like the old nigga on the front porch and just start knocking they shit?
Yeah.
So that's my take on it.
I only ask because I've heard some of the more traditional comedians, their take on it, and I always
what
like
does that even mean? Traditional
I know.
comedian.
Well, there's
some comedy elitist type bullshit.
Before a certain date.
I can say
if you was doing comedy before Vine.
If your balls are long.
Like if you
you are traditional.
I feel like it's like pre and post Vine. Like if you got to a certain point before social media did it, listen, if you being an influencer is people don't realize how hard it is.
It is.
Having a social following and keeping them engaged and posting videos, editing and creating your own content, that's a job.
Listen, man, I can't keep up. I posted 2 videos one time, and one day I thought I was doing the shit.
You had to take a nap.
I posted that shit. I was like, that was it right there. You couldn't tell me.
Meanwhile, people posting 12, 13 videos.
And I watched Gary, his name Gary V. He's and he's always talking about, you gotta post like 4 times. You gotta post 4 times a day. You gotta get in the algorithm. You gotta find the algorithm, and you just gotta post. You can beat this algorithm.
I did a video yesterday. I saw Anthony Davis sitting courtside at the damn game.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm about to jump on that.
Yeah. Hey, I got to talk about that, though.
Within minutes, I had the outfit, the wig, and the beard on. And I did it.
That's what I got to find out.
It's a job. It's fat. You have to be quick and fast with it.
what like even my wife, when she loves you, my wife is like, yo, he is so funny, and she's like, how did you do that so quick? Like nobody was thinking to do what's the brother Kevin Samuels,
right?
No one was thinking, and then you jump into that. It's like almost, and I see the stuff that you do with Spice, but just you in general, like you just, and that's part of being like understanding, adapt or get left behind.
Yeah,
you know, Flex, you got some pistachio.
Listen, I'm excited.
He was eating them pistachios. He got a whole pistachio.
I almost thought she said, Flex, you got some pussy on you.
No,
I heard puss.
No.
Puss.
No.
But no, Affion
did not say that.
He was like,
pistachios.
Pistachio.
I had the Chris Rock face. The fuck is on his face?
I just had to say,
okay.
If we,
God,
he'd been on camera the whole time with the pistachio.
What the fuck are you eating with, man? Your cheek? Come on, Flex, man. God, damn, man. Eating is hard, man. It's hard to eat when you're on a podcast, man. Fuck out of here.
Listen, that's what happens in your 50s. Food ends up on your eyebrows, in your
lap,
everywhere.
It's part of it.
But just watching what you do, and how quick you jump on it, like what? So you just see something. What's your process with, say, okay, something like this happened with Chris and with Anthony Davis. What was your process going like, okay, boom, I got to do that now? Or what makes your decision?
My process is to live in the now all the time. So whatever's happening, the living, breathing energy that's around, whether it's a joke, whether it's a song, a beat, a dance move, I always just try to, like, I'm not a guy that walks around with my resume.
Right.
Hey man, I did I did show and show back in 98. You know what I'm saying? That's me. You remember me from the thing?
Right.
I don't give a fuck about what I did yesterday. I really don't. I love that people like it and I got fans from it. But when I stay in today and I stay in the now, I'm grabbing from whatever's dope or funny to me.
Right.
And if it's funny to me, it's gonna fucking work.
Yeah.
I heard Quincy Jones say that. He was like, I don't go in the studio. Like, we didn't make Thriller and think, hey, let's make all the millions of people happy. We went in and did what felt good to us.
Right.
Period. And that's my process. If it makes me laugh or chuckle and I'm like, oh, this shit is gonna be dope, I'm gonna just do it.
Right.
Why do you have so many outfits? And like, why do you have a trunk full of like costumes and clothes?
He be
having the most random shit. Right.
And he actually has, how do you match their outfits?
How do you have all this stuff and where is it stored?
Shout out to my man Spice Adams. I'm so blessed to have met him because I met somebody who is just like me.
Yeah.
Pack rat, got all types of random fucking outfits in the crib.
Yeah.
And it's really about learning how to repurpose something. So based on whatever they wearing in the verses, it's like, what can I get to kind of look like that?
Right.
Like one of my most, where I pat myself on the back was when Ghost and Raekwon went against each other. Because I had an outfit. They changed like 3 times, and then RZA came out. So I had an outfit for every Ghostface change.
Yeah.
And I had the caramel leather jacket that RZA had on.
That's hilarious.
Hey, man, I live in the now.
I literally be like, why does he have these clothes?
Like Music Soul Child, like, the halter hoodie.
With the halter top.
The crop hoodie?
And I saw him a week after that. He was like, nigga, really? That's how you gonna get me with the halter hoodie?
But he had one on.
He had it.
Above the navel is halter.
And I just happened to have a hoodie a white hoodie that said Lost Child on it. So I just cut that bitch in half. That was put on a jean jacket underneath, cut the elbows out, and made it some elbow patches through the thing. You got to be creative.
Got to be creative, man. I've seen you do some brilliant stuff, but the one of the funniest things when Kevin Samuels and you were playing Kevin Samuels and Spice is Umar Johnson. I
missed that one.
Dog, I
thought
Umar
I was beef,
Dr. Devin versus Dr. Dumar.
Yeah,
we changed those 2 names. We changed because we're doing a version of them. Right. Like anybody else I impersonate, I'll say I'm doing Jay-Z. This is Chris Rock. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that dude, he's such an asshole, and he thinks he's bigger than life or whatever. But it's like, nigga, I impersonate real people.
That's brilliant.
Like, chill.
That's brilliant though. To do
it was hysterical.
But yeah, he came in as do
I'm
more.
gonna open the school. I'm gonna open the school. You've got no school.
And I kept hanging up on him and bringing him back in, and he kept talking from the same point as when he left off. He was like, and then another thing.
So wait, has anyone ever got upset with you?
Oh, I'm sure.
Based on
Not
these
that I know of.
portrayals? No?
So.
Good. That's good.